Alright, I think we are live.
Not available.
My Twitch.
Oh, your Twitch? Let me check. I can see your game. It's an ad now, but I saw it flash up.
Okay. Alright, so we are now live. Finally got my Twitch all situated and everything. So we have Russia down here in the tundra. He's got a decent start.
Today I'm going to show you how to get Pokemon foil cards. Make a plan, get a team, and work fast. And got him!
Who got him? Find Pokemon trading card game cards inside select boxes of General Mills cereal.
And get a team, and work fast. And got him!
Who got him? Find Pokemon trading card game cards inside select boxes of General Mills cereal.
And get a team, and work fast. And
Right?
got him!
Who got him? Find Pokemon trading card game cards inside select boxes.
Okay, so Russia's down here. Nubia is way up north. Sort of. Oh, that's a grassland. Interesting. He can't put his pyramid on any one of these tiles. You can't put it on Oasis. But anyway, so these two are pretty close to one another. Alright, we have Yoshi over here. Okay, yeah, so Realm and Russia on the same team. They're down south. There's Yoshi up here. That's actually not that bad. It's like a 2v2 equal distances apart between each other. So that should be interesting. And then where's the other one? Macedon. Okay, these two are on the same team together. That's good. Germany, though. Okay. So interesting. You got these three civs on the bottom. That's one team. And then you have these three civs on the top, with Aztec being by himself, able to backdoor either one of these two civs, most likely Checker.
It'll be interesting to see how they choose to utilize this advantage point. And Aztec is already going to war with a neighboring city-state. Thankfully, not in the direction of one of the opponents here, because he could be scouted very early. And as I say that, I'm eating my words, because Gorgo is on the other side of that commercial CS.
Yep. So that these two city-states are a buffer zone between these two cities. And if Aztec or Gorgo, if either one could capture these two cities, it denies settle options for the other guy. Like settle-wise, you could come here, two up here on this river, one more on this river. Aztecs could put more cities over here. Gorgo, yeah, probably gonna kill Amsterdam because, you know, that's just what he does. Oh, look at this, I didn't realize I was Everest. So you got Everest here. Kind of pointless location for it. Torres up here. Not a bad start. Is it me?
You could aqueduct the Mount Everest, though, and make it usable.
You could aqueduct Everest?
There's a mountain right next to it, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about its bonus. No one's gonna go missionaries and apostles. So it's...
You never know. Religion is a very powerful aspect of the game that's very underutilized.
We got Barrier Reef down here. That could be Automation's second city. I don't know if he sees this Goody Hood or not. Wow, here's... Now this, Kilo makes this Tundra start viable. Because at least he has good food tiles around. It's nowhere good as Yoshi's Kilimanjaro in the very first game yesterday. But for being in Tundra, this is not a bad Kilimanjaro. Who's up here? Nobody is on this. Oh, there's Tinsy. So it looks like all 8 players are on the western, like 60% of this map. Kind of off balance, I would say.
No player is off on their own either, so we won't see a pocketing Sim City Germany or a Sim City Russia.
Yeah, because Macedon, he could sim a little bit. He's at least protected, but he could come down here and kill Rom with possibly like I would say on this team. Actually no, because he's got S Death up here, so he can't sim either. But he's more defensive on the bottom side towards Germany, because he's got this mountain range here that's definitely gonna come into play with either civ attacking. I would like to see Liski. If Liski could forward settle Germany over here in this corner, and then automation come down and forward settle as well, Rom is gonna be on like 4 city settles, and that's about it. Like probably kill Jakarta, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's a little far away for Hansa placements. So he could put a city here, try to get a cluster around these lines. Be interesting to see. No, I didn't realize he settled on the line. He probably settled here. Spawned there, I should say.
Well, there are 2 warriors heading in his direction from both Brazil and Macedon, so that'll be very difficult for him to deal with.
And Rome is probably going to go meet Yoshi. So yeah, these 2 are probably going to keep going south. And Rom being boxed in here by 3 civs, that is going to be rough for their Germany to sim.
I'd just like to point out that we can all see your Discord.
Oh. I have my...
Correct me if I'm wrong, there was also a third 4v4 match to be played today.
There is.
Very exciting. The events have been absolutely wonderful this weekend. We've had so many people turn out for all of these teams to give them support.
Yeah, we got 7 people watching this stream, so that's good. And there is so much room on this eastern side. So is it me, Or does the entire map look like one giant fish?
Yeah.
Okay, so Yoshi's warrior moved backwards. He met Jakarta, and now Mastodon is the only one gonna meet Germany. Now, did he buy that scout, or did he get it out of a goodie? I don't remember seeing a goodie there, because there's a goodie right there. And there's a goodie there. Man, Rom, if he gets a scout out south, he's got like 5 goodies to grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not bad. Aw. If only he would have settled here, he could have a nice +4 campus. And that truffle tile would have been a decent wonder or tile improvement. Alright, so Harambe's getting his horses online, or at least improving the pasture for it. Checker has these 2 horses that are close by for his second city. 1 horse here, a couple up here.
Definitely a good array of mountains, relatively close to each player for good campuses for their mid game.
Yeah, automation could get campuses over here on this side. It could get a plus, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, a +3 campus in this spot. Rom has 1 here. You could get another +1 here. I'm interested to see where exactly Rom is going to put his clustered Hanzas. Is he going to settle coastal, river, aqueduct, another city? Or you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities in a cluster? Yeah, it looks like Rom didn't see this goodie over here to the left.
And what are all the city states we have on the map today?
City states. We have 2 golds, 3 militaries, 1 culture, 3 free cities here. Yeah, kind of a balance of each. So it's not terribly bad on, like, a lot of the city states are over here. Or actually,
I imagine Harambe's Russia will be expanding east very quickly when he realizes how much open space is there.
yeah. Well, he's not he doesn't explore that way. I don't even see a Russian scout.
Well, did he rush second populace and go straight into a settler? That's really risky.
Well, he did a builder first. He could be building a scout now. So from what I can tell, he has, what, 6 production? Or actually, he could have 7 if he's working that 1-3 tile.
It'll be interesting to see what pantheons are chosen with this layout. I did see a player with quite a few marshes, so we may see Lady of Reeds and Marshes picked up for that free production just to speed things along.
Who has that? It's 2. He's got a couple here, but you can't improve those. Can't improve that. Yeah, I don't think Reeds and Marsh is a decent one to choose from. Who are you thinking of it for?
Well, honestly, I was thinking for a while about Mastodon because he has 3 right near the capital.
Yeah, but having just a 3-1 tile that you can't ever improve. Like if these rice tiles were marsh as well, I would agree. But they're just regular grasslands.
Yes, but Mastodon will not prioritize the God King card. He will prioritize the +1 production for urban planning, which means his Pantheon will come a lot later. He doesn't have a tobacco or a dyes. He has wine near him, so he doesn't have a passive faith generation, and he probably won't for quite a while.
Until he gets this dye down south. If he puts his second city down south below his wine, then he could grab that dye tile. Alright, well Rom already has a settler out. Is he going to settle up here by the wine?
Well, it all depends, I think. I think he's actually going to send it south to secure the double horses if he sees the warrior. Because I don't think he's going to want to risk going for that double wine if he thinks he might lose it.
Well, he could 1, 2, 3 turn here and 4 turn settle. It's the same no matter which path you go. So if you go south below this little mountain, he could still be fine. Because this guy, that's 1, 2. He could attack him when he gets here, but then he's going to settle the next turn. So that settler is safe no matter what. Because like even if he moved up north, he moved here 1 turn, he moves here 1 turn. As long as he does not first turn move here, then he would be fine. If he did that, he'd waste that turns to go back around. But yeah, Rob might try to grab the double horse and secure that for his team. Because his team... Oh wait. Yeah, his team we got... Okay, it's these 2 horses, that's 3 horse. 4. I mean, they have horses around. So he's got another one. 3 scouts for Germany. He wants to go find people.
He needs to secure that information, and knowing that there are goody huts on in this map, I was actually surprised to see them turned on myself. But
We've only
he
seen...
wants to secure as many of them as possible.
Yep. I mean, they've all missed this one. Like, Germany going north. Which, oh, look at that. Oh, he's in the city, never mind. It looked like he was not in the city. But with Rom up here, just messing around with this settler, until he pops out a unit to escort it, he's going to slow him down.
And that is the cost of rushing these non-combative units around like this in the early game. Sure, you can get the faster settles over your opponents, but when this happens, you're stuck waiting for 4 turns, maybe even longer for a unit.
Unless you spend the 60 to buy a scout. Or the 80 for a warrior.
Horse is being improved by a couple of sibs, it looks like. I would not be surprised to see Rom go ahead and declare just to pillage the horse tile.
That would actually be a wise move.
The declaration is going to kick him out of the territory, so he has to pre-plan this in such a way that he can pillage it next turn or the turn after.
But
Because that
actually, right
scout get
now,
kicked anywhere.
like, he is now moving this settler north, and there's just this crappy settle up north where he could get to unharmed. So I don't know where that settler is going. He's got no fresh water until down here.
Oh, all the way to the tobacco is the freshwater settle there. Honestly, this is a huge play by Rom that he needs to capitalize on. He definitely needs to declare at the end of the turn or something and just start pillaging these tiles left, right, and center and disrupt Macedon's gameplay.
Yep. And even if he pops, well, he didn't pop a unit this turn. So I'm curious what those units are going to do. It looks like both of them are at a standstill waiting to see what the other does. Because if automation moves to the rainforest, oh, I guess he went for the pill. Wait, they're not even at war yet. Never mind. Is he backing off? Looks like he's backing off already. Not even gonna go for the war deck for the pillage.
Hmm. Well, he needs to get out of the territory regardless because the war declaration will kick him out.
Okay, so it looks like he's going for the horse settle down south. Oh, there is the deck.
The question is who declared on who and what are they doing? Because it could have been from anyone on the team.
Yeah.
Nubia, Rome, Germany. So that means OP has declared on SunZ. Now, where is the field of battle for this? Where is the front line?
Up here, maybe?
Declaring and moving back onto the tile, knowing he needs the full movement to pillage the horse. Settler returning to the city once more. Automation does not want to walk that far, but he needs to bring that warrior home and make another one because if all 3 scouts head up there, those warriors are not going to be able to keep up with them. They just move too fast.
Yep. We're gonna see that pillage here in a second.
Definitely uncommon to see a Germany rushing a Macedon like this, at least with this level of harassment.
Well, anything he could do to slow down Macedon's UU unit.
And there is the warrior popping up with that free 25 gold.
Yep. And he's not utilizing the 3-2 production that's on this tile. until he gets another builder out.
I would absolutely love to see this scout shift into that rainforest next turn if Ram is able to first move it.
The rainforest up north?
Around the side of the city, yes. Because it's 3 movement on a scout. It costs 2 to move into a rainforest and 1 on the flat grassland.
So he can move here and then get these 2 other pillages while he's escorting the settler south.
Because if he brings another scout or shows to the Southern Macedon warrior that another scout is coming up, it will force him
He sees
to
both.
make the choice.
Or one of them.
Yes, he's moving the settler, so he can either chase the scout and risk another settler showing up, or another scout, I'm sorry, showing up to go after the settler. Or, he escorts it and all those tiles gets pillaged.
Well, I mean, that's 1, 2, 3 turns settle. So if he settles here and uses the warrior to go harass him, he's safe. These guys can't get up north, especially with the zone of control around this unit. Like, he can move here.
That is true, but it's easy for us to say that when we look at things from an outside perspective.
And
When you're in the middle of the match, tensions rise and people come to the edge of their seats.
Yep. And we have vision of everything. He doesn't. He does not know that there is no unit here. He knows these 2, but he does not know this one's here. But even so, this one, he goes 1, he goes 2, goes to 3, 4. He's 5 turning away from taking this settle, which this settler can easily plant in that time. And I doubt Yoshi is going to pass up on this goodie just to move 1 tile further this way to try to take this settler. So it looks like Germany planted his city on the cattle. Interesting choice. I take it he's not wanting to go for open sky. Ah, he screwed up. He went there first. He should have gone north. But he probably doesn't know these tiles are improved.
Likely not. But even if, as long as automation continues to escort that settler, it will never catch up to that scout in time.
I mean, even now, he can't attack that scout right now. So he has the choice to follow the settler and abandon the scout.
But he doesn't. He can't attack the scout. That's a 2-2 tile. That's a hill wooded.
He's abandoning the scout. So unless automation pops out another warrior, say next turn, that scout has now free access to go pillage everything he has up north. Alright, we got Esdeath now with 2 cities. So he's met Aztecs. I wonder what they're going to do here. Esdeath already has a Pantheon. He took Oral Tradition, which is decent choice. He's got 2 bananas. I don't see anything else that's getting culture.
Using the archer to scare away the Seagull warrior, or at least trying to.
That archer wouldn't scare me. It would only scare me if he puts it back to the city. Because then he can't kill it. But now we have this scout who has nothing to worry or to pillage over here. So like, he's got no improved tiles, but still, if this scout moves south first and this one comes in later, any other non-military unit he pops out of here is going to be at risk. I don't believe he could see this tile, or can he, because it is a hill. I think Greece can see him, but he can't see Greece.
He is able to see the capital city from there.
Yeah, but I don't know if his borders can see the unit on the hill.
No, the border will only see one past. Thankfully, the settler from Aztec is moving in the other direction. Rom putting that scout right back in Automation's face.
So look at this. I think he wanted to go a little further to north, but Aztec plopped down that city. So they are now at minimum distance. And is anybody going to buy the horse tile?
Well, they are on the same team, so they're likely negotiating it.
Oh, shit, that's right. They are on the same team.
So they have extra horses to throw around. I know Germany has one, Nubia has one now. A second could easily be brought online. So it's 3 horses for their team. Where are they going to be allocated? The real question.
My question is, we have Automation up here, along with Yoshi. Are they gonna... Whoa, look at that. Rome. Oh, okay, yeah, these guys... He put this city way up in Yoshi's face, saying, you're not settling past this mountain. If,
Oh, the Legion are going to be right on top of him. He'll pump warriors for it.
yep.
That is very, very dangerous for Yoshi if he does not identify this threat immediately.
Alright, Yoshi has a second city down. Yeah, look at this harassment down here. This Nubian checker. He has forced Harambe to build these extra units just to escort this little guy with a slinger.
He does have an archer out, though, so that warrior will drop very quickly.
Checker probably knows he has first moves. So if Checker moves to this tile first, or not, bye-bye Checker.
Moving that warrior, blocking the settle, that's got to be incredibly agitating.
Mm-hmm.
But it is cleaned up very quickly.
So is he gonna settle here? Maybe? I'm hoping he settles here so then he could get one down here further.
Lots of really powerful settles around Russia. Hopefully the other team will be able to respond in kind.
Yeah, like these two up here. But I'm very curious why Checker decided to like forward settle, why these two decided to settle together. Because like, yeah, this desert down here is not the greatest. Nubia can make it work. Like honestly, if I was Nubia, I would build a city here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, can't. Oh. Is this a... That's just a hill. Okay. Man, these floodplain tiles block any sort of aqueduct here. So I would settle here, aqueduct this, have a nice... Wait. Yeah. Have a nice +4 industrial zone. Build the pyramid here, I would say. I don't know.
Definitely have to see in how he chooses to maximize the use of that improvement that Nubia offers.
Yeah, because actually, if he settles here, industrial zone here, he could put a pyramid that would get the food from the city center and the extra bonus production from the industrial zone. And then he could grab these 3 tiles for food. Alright, how's the harassment up? Okay. So animation has scared off this scout. And unless this scout, can he get to this tile without dying? I think so.
Mm, if he first moves it, he should be able to get to the. Actually, he might get to the rice. It depends what he took.
Yeah, if he took the movement for hills, then yeah, he could. No, the rice.
What's a marsh?
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll get to the 2 food tile, the grassland. However, damage definitely dealt by denying a horse to their team.
I mean, it
And
is.
there is, of course, the added risk that Rome is in Brazil's face and will be with legions very soon.
Yep. Let's check the great people out. Okay, that's the first turn that encampment has been online because he's got no points. So I will be very surprised if Liski does not start doing projects. So he can do projects, get that general here, stand on this tile, and that affects these 2 tiles and all the movement points to get through this jungle. And unless he buys this tile, which I would probably buy this tile, build another second encampment here, and then he's that much closer.
That encampment is coming down from Yoshi, so we'll definitely it's going to be a competition for the general, and then Yoshi needs to have one to defend with legions are scary enough already. And what's going to be worse is if, let's say, Rome takes a city off of Yoshi, he could use his legions if he doesn't think he can hold it and chop every single tile.
Chop all those rainforest tiles and just pump out a shit ton of other legions. Like that city will drop down to 2 pop, and then he could just use that to just pump out legions. Because he'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legions to chop everything in his borders right now.
It would just be absolutely devastating. It would probably permanently cripple Yoshi to an extent that he would have a terrible time recovering.
Oh, he would. He would definitely have a hard time recovering from that. Like that would make. Yeah, that's definitely an encampment. That would cripple Yoshi beyond recovery. Oh, look at this. Lisbon. Where is Lisbon? Is that up here? Yep.
That Aztec scout walking in to keep an eye on things as well. Archetype is definitely going to have to make a much larger military, because if he's going to contest any of these city-states, or Esdeath at all, Esdeath known for making very large early militaries.
Breslov. Oh, so he's gonna kill Breslov down south. He wants that free builder. Alright, give me 1 second here. Alright. No projects yet. Let's keep an eye on this for next turn. Roman warriors are popping out like crazy. And that project was done. So another, what, 2 more turns and Rome has his first general.
Definitely a scary feeling for Brazil, I'm sure. They're going to have to send him a lot of money to defend this with.
Yep. Honestly,
However, these mountain passes are very difficult to navigate, and he could mount a very terrifying defense if he has archers online.
yeah, speaking of that, like, Yoshi, I know it's 2 tiles. I would have probably bought this tile and dropped that encampment here. You do that, and these legions can only attack from 1 tile. This is a hill tile as well, so an archer from this tile is the only one you can hit it. So Legion, Archer, and that's all you can hit it from. And then you would have to move around this way, which means Yoshi could mount a defense on these 3-4 tiles. Like honestly, they could get a sword, sword, archer, sword in an encampment here, and then another archer, because that's a hill, if I believe. Is that a hill? Yeah, that's a hill. Yeah, so archer, archer, sword, 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 and you can hold this pass. And then sword, archer, and then you'd have to come all the way around. So it's definitely... Did he build this on a hill? No. So this encampment cannot shoot any of these 3 tile, or can't shoot this tile. Can't shoot over that. Alright, you think Rom is going to settle on the wine itself, or one next to it?
I would say the one next to it. There's just more value there. However, he is a much stronger Germany player than I myself am, so he's probably mapped out and pinned all of his districts. So if he has a plan in mind, he will settle wherever he feels he needs to. I personally feel he would get more out of working the wine tiles.
Nope.
But if that means a Hansa is not nearly as strong as it would be otherwise, he will just settle on it.
Which is what he did. Like right now, I see Hansa commercial, Hansa commercial, Hansa commercial in these three little cities. Like they're gonna be like what, +5s, maybe +6s, but that's still a good setup for him. It's not great, but it's for what he has with these this little corner of the world to settle on. Yeah, that settle's not viable anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he could drop a fifth city here, aqueduct it, and then get more clusters. So like this city here would not be that bad. But we are looking at turn 19, and Macedon. Is he going for straight horseman first? Because I don't see any camp from him. So I doubt he's going that way, which... Alright, Rome still up there on the projects. He's probably another 1 to 2 turns away from finishing the next project to get this general.
Is Brazil responding in kind?
Okay, well he's sitting here on this tile. That's good. So if he could fortify this, back it up with a couple more swords and archer support, he could hold this pass even against legions.
We do have a request coming from Chat Blade that they need my volume turned up and yours down.
Oh, my volume is too loud?
Yes.
That is a first, because everyone's complaining my volume has always been too low. Alright, let's see, where's our...
General popping out for Rome here. Slinger is attacking the scout, Yoshi's I mean. While his builder tries to improve some tiles, he sends the scout around the mountains to take a look and see where Rome is approaching from.
Alright guys, is that good for you all?
Oh, other way around. Blade is too quiet, I am too loud, and you made it worse. You guys need to learn how to use proper nouns.
Alright, how about now?
How is it now, guys?
Can you hear me now?
Blade is still pretty quiet. Mine is perfect.
Alright. I don't know how to increase my mic volume.
Have you tried inserting it in your mouth?
Like this? Can you hear me now?
Is that better?
It was great if, I don't know, it didn't sound like a children's bounce house. And just try to speak up and enunciate more, it'll probably help.
See this volume bar, you can see this, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I can't get this volume bar to go up.
That, wow. Yeah, you need to be able to control that. That'll make all the difference in the world. Well, you're just gonna have to try and speak up, I guess, for a while.
Yep. Is there any settings on here that I'm missing?
No, those are the ones you're supposed to mess with.
I don't know why this one won't move up. Is it something to do on here? Like all these are maxed out at 0. Like you can't go like it's or it's 0. You can't go positive on here.
That's really weird. Oh well, let's keep up with what's going on in the match.
All right, in the match, Rome did get his general. Is Yoshi's doing projects. Okay, that's good. Oh, look at this tile buy. That is huge. Rome can now get his general all the way to this tile.
Oh, that general with those legions are going to be right in his face. And he's just going to walk them around that mountain that he's blocking, or that he thinks he's blocking. Do they even know that mountain pass is there?
I would think so. Like this tile buy is just huge.
I am surprised that Yoshi allowed that to happen.
Yeah, because like I said, I would have bought those 2 tiles early. All right, taking a quick little pause here. Guess while we do this, we could work on my mic. There's not a setting on Twitch that I'm missing, right? It wouldn't be. No, it's chat. Is there any settings on here that I should mess with?
None of them are going to affect that. You need to find out how to unlock that volume setting for your sound control settings on your computer.
Yeah, this won't move up at all.
Definitely want to give a shout out to all of our viewers that have come on and off throughout the entire weekend for the CCC. All of these players have really appreciated your support and viewership, just like we have casting these matches. It's been absolutely phenomenal, so thank you for coming out.
Yeah, how many viewers do we have right now? 15? That is not bad.
A little bit of infinite window syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah, I put my little button on the mic volume all the way up. Because I know that gets put down a couple of times when if I mess with it on accident. It's like I love this headset. It's a beautiful headset. It's just I can't control the volume. Is it any better now? Yeah, because like when I hear myself, it sounds like a good volume. Doesn't sound quiet to me. Well, it echoes because I'm hearing myself. It shouldn't echo now. Echo? Yeah, echo? I'm gonna look at that on my phone.
Did you manage to get it fixed? I had to step away for a second.
What?
Piers Lixie is away buying Girl Scout cookies from his doorstep.
Well, hell, buy me some Girl Scout cookies. I want some Thin Mints.
Only Samoas are good.
Samoas are good. Okay, well, it looks like I have the current update. Yeah, I have the current version. So thanks for that tip, but I don't know why it's locking in that option. Pantheon Nubia? God and craftsmanship. It is, yes, but I don't see any strategics improved. Of course, since I don't have any text, I can't see iron until someone else researches it and I see the +1 science. But nonetheless, I don't see any +1 sciences from anybody. Do we have iron? Oh, here's an iron.
You are significantly louder now than you were, that's for sure.
Okay, that's good. What's the stream saying? Is that better for them? Here's an iron. We have irons that are around. Looks like S-Death is grabbing that other horse up there.
Likely see a whole lot of chops come out of that if he has them available.
I bet you this is a chop waiting to happen right here.
Esdeath absolutely loves chopping tiles to get horses out fast. In fact, a lot of our better players do.
Because, yeah, if you could mount like 6, 7 horses before the enemy could do a couple of them and get them on the front lines faster than the other guy could produce them, they're in from some... What am I hearing? Is that Legion upgrades? No, that was just city-states doing their thing. But look at all these future legions gonna happen.
Ton of gold is going to be funded to Lixie for this, absolutely. And if Yoshi cannot upgrade the swords to match, he is in for a really rough time.
Not a lot from Nubia.
I'd be surprised if we didn't see some potato archers heading toward Brazil.
From what I see so far, oh, Germany. He is a stockpile right now. So they're gonna have room, or enough gold, I should say, for a good 6 to 8 legions between the 4 of them. Yeah, so as of right now, they have enough gold to upgrade all of these guys. And Yoshi finally gets his general. But to allow this tile buy here, that is just huge. Yep, that was a chop that we were seeing up north. Lisbon is falling in 2 turns, maybe? 1 turn, next turn. Alright, looks like these potatoes are looking to take out Argma. Yeah, look at that. They get gold from pillaging that trader. Jack a builder, probably. That's a good city to take. This whole region right here is just littered in hills. Russia has 3 cities out. Is he gonna kill Candy? Which Candy has 0 production. Damn.
We do have horses coming out of Russia, though.
Yeah. These horses are probably gonna go kill Candy. Although Candy, who died? Was that Lisbon? Yeah, that was Lisbon. Candy, yep. Oop. Probably gonna 2-turn kill that. He gets a free holy site out of it too. Alright, is that Preslov? So Aztec has 3 cities. Nubia 3. Russia 3. Rome just on 2 cities for now. But he's got a ton of legions that are gonna come up here. It's just that, like, he bought another tile. He's gonna put an encampment on one of them.
Lixie is just going to walk those legions around every direction and just encircle him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't look like he's gonna encircle on the east side, because all these warriors are now prepped up to go this side. But what we need now is Macedon to get more of these little heteroids in and put a lot of pressure on Germany. Because if he could put pressure on Rom, then they'll have to decide to go on the offensive towards Yoshi or march these legions over here and protect Rom. That's their biggest play right now.
But the question is how far is he from it? Because Macedon was not able to secure a classical general, those Hatterite don't benefit from the extra +5, though he will be generating a lot of general points from the kills. If he can't make the most of his timing window, it will be for nothing.
The rule A applies for generals. So if he got a general, it wouldn't matter for him because he's not being attacked. He's going on the offensive.
He would ideally bring a settler forward, even if he dropped a dead city in Germany's face.
That is true. I mean, I would drop it on the coastal cocoa over here, because then you get the wonder as well and the cocoa. Yeah, because if you...
Hey, Blade, I didn't know you were a dad.
What? I'm not a dad.
No, your kid's in chat, apparently.
Who?
I'm not sure, but it sounds like you owe a woman a whole lot of child support.
The fuck you saying?
I keep a pretty close eye on it, Khalid. For those of you just joining us, I'm Sarnath and I am co-casting this match with Blade, who is the host, observer, and the overall caster for it.
As far as I know, I don't have any kids. Alright, so the potatoes are definitely going to move into Argma. Oh, he's not going to be able to get this traitor. Because the minute he declares war, that traitor returns home.
Unfortunately.
Because that traitor is not going anywhere except for his team. I bet you it's going to a Checkers capital. Gonna either go here and turn down, go here and turn down. That's like this way.
Well, only child syndrome. We covered how the Civs looked going into the game while we were in the lobby and loading in. OP was definitely the stronger team loading into the lobby, but once Civs rolled out, things are kind of balanced. But with how the map has turned out, it's definitely a very interesting play, and because the skill level of these players, individually and as a team, is so high, it could swing in any direction. It just depends how they choose to make the most of what they have to work with.
Right. All 8 of these civs are in a relative large circle all around this section of the map. And for the most part, they are like balanced for side. Because like you have Esdeath up here who is quite frankly by himself. Because his partner is Germany, Rome, and not Russia.
Gorgo is on the team with Russia, Macedon, and Brazil.
Oh, right, yeah. So you got partner here, partner here, partner here, and partner here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these 4 guys are relatively close to one another in this corner. And then you have Brazil, who, quite frankly, is in a rather hard spot. Wait, no, these two aren't a team together. What am I talking? I don't know.
Okay, so team breakdown for those of you joining us today. We have Macedon, Russia, Brazil, and Gorgos Greece against the Aztec, Germany, Nubia, and Rome.
Yep, there's the declaration.
Legions coming out of Rome now. Lixie is pushing forward. Hopefully Yoshi's sword tech is not far behind, and we really hope he has iron.
His team does have iron. Right? Iron, yeah. He's probably, but he's 2 turns away from improving that tile. In 2 turns, he could lose. Okay, 1 warrior. Unless Russia has it right now. But Russia went horses. What are you? An encampment? Are you an encampment? Why won't you pop up UI?
Try left clicking and then coming back to the tile. You will never know. It is an encampment, though, judging from the setup of the display.
Yeah. I'm curious how Rom is going to answer these heteroids. Like, it looks like he only has 1 online and no one coming out of his cities. Curious why he's marching way up here.
Macedon needs significantly more production if he's going to wage an effective war. Even if he manages to 2 or 3 turn Heteroi out of his capital and that other city, he needs more down.
Okay, here's the swords.
All the way to the north.
Oh, he already took the encampment. He took the encampment. lost the warrior that was in that city, or in the encampment. These legions, or these swords, need to back up to get put into his land and improve. So, like right now, basically, these legions and these swords are at equal power, canceling out the generals.
However, Rome, with its early culture advantage, will hit oligarchy first. And that's more than just combat experience and extra combat strength for the melee units.
That's 4
That's
points.
2 extra policy cards as well.
Yep, 2 policy cards, an extra 4 combat strength, which makes these legions... What? How much are they now? Like 30?
36.
36?
They'll go to 40.
So they're 45 with that general.
Yeah.
Compared to what, 40 with the
Yep.
regular swords?
Well, in either case, Yoshi is in a lot of trouble if he doesn't utilize his terrain wisely. He needs to back up. He needs to yield that river to him and just use the river defense to hold the line.
What Yoshi needs, though, is archers for support.
He needs an archer in that capital, definitely.
Oh, actually, what I would do is I would get this guy a legion, or warrior, I should say. This guy in the city, this guy on this tile, and then he's gonna put an archer here, and he could shoot these 2 tiles. Like, yeah, he's gonna yield these 2 to him, but he needs to utilize this river defense to counteract like the oligarchy bonus.
And yes, you guys are absolutely right. They are 40 base. So those are 49 strength legions.
Yep.
And that's, of course, before flanking and before support bonuses. Hopefully these players did swing back to grab the military tradition card for the flanking and support bonuses. Lixie is going to need a lot more legions to come up here if he is going to fight Yoshi here. He is completely outgunned.
He's outnumbered, yes, but his units are stronger. And he already took the encampment from him.
Very true. However, Yoshi is back behind the river, so 2 of those swordsmen will have a +5 against them if I choose to cross it into that legion.
And it looks as if Macedon is not going to back up Yoshi, and he's just going to go harass Rom. Although Automation doesn't have that many Heteroi. I see. Interesting. So he's going on the offensive to kill city-states rather than help his teammate. Yeah, that gets him a population 4 city, which is very helpful, and experience as well. So if he pops the promos on these couple of Heteroi, he should be halfway to the second promotion. What am I hearing?
Promotions do not stack. That experience bar stays full if he doesn't use it.
No, they stack. They only stack to the first one, to the second one. like if you say the first promotion is 7 experience. If you're at 6 and you get another kill for like say +5 experience, you'll now have 4 XP going to the next level.
It's interesting because I've had archers that I hadn't promoted and just continued to shoot turn after turn, and they never got towards their second promotion after I promoted.
Pretty sure they stack. Could be wrong.
Can you, when the action settles down towards a turn, probably halfway through or so, can you pull up screen to screen for each civ to see what strategics they have and what we're worth looking at?
Yep.
Because all the demographs are broken when it comes to team gameplay. The last patch from Firaxis just completely obliterated that.
Yeah, they did. We have no idea what military score is, what science per turn is, what culture per turn is. All of that is a mystery to both sides. At least we could see the units and be like, okay, like these legions are about the same military strength as Yoshi. It looks like Esdeath is now like taking out those city-states and will be marching on Archetype.
Uh-oh.
But see, if Nubia gets more of these little potatoes out, he could have potatoes launching over the Aztec horses. Alright, no strategics for Rome. We got iron from Rom. Nubia has an iron and a horse. Aztec has 1 horse. Macedon, nothing. Brazil, nothing. That means Brazil had got his iron from somebody. Alright, Russia has 1 horse. And he has 1 horse. Hong Kong. Where is Hong Kong? Let's see, the crucial point is that Yoshi, he is also still only on 2 cities. Rome has his 3rd out.
It's going to be very difficult for Yoshi to get these legions out, even with archers. Because with all this dense rainforest to move through, these archers aren't going to have their 2-tile attack range. These legions are just going to smack them in their dirty mouths if they get right up in their face.
Well, like I said, he can stand on a banana. He can stand on this tile. But yeah, these are the only 2 hills that are around that could shoot these tiles. And I don't think he's going to try to give up this line. Alright, are these heteroids going to come in, try to come in this way?
He definitely needs to reinforce Yoshi or he will die. At the very least, he is being made very much irrelevant.
Yep. And what I would have done, instead of doing this little flanking maneuver from Esdeath, if he came this way, he could have sealed the deal on Yoshi. He's not that far away. If he sends in 5, 6 horses coming down south, he is now surrounded by 2 cities. That's what I would have done.
I'm sorry, are you saying Gorgo onto Brazil?
Why do I keep thinking Esdeath is not on Yoshi's side? That's my bad.
But thankfully, he does not need to worry about that because Esdeath is there, guarding that eastern front and pushing other people away.
Like, if these, Heteroi... Oh, look at that. That was a near-death experience right there. Swap out with that city.
Automation does need to be careful, though. All of these military units that were made by Rom, even though there's mostly just scouts there, if he ignores Rom, those units will come pillage all of his stuff again.
Yep. Oh, nice switch, Yoshi. Getting in that fast move before he could kill him. But yeah. What I would do is I would send probably 2, 4 of these Heterois to come down this way. And then the rest of them moving down towards Rom here. Because if he could relieve the pressure off of these cities, this city could probably produce a settler in, say, 5 to 6 turns, and he'd kind of get out his 3rd city over here, because he's behind on city count. So he's got 2. Macedon has 3. Germany has 3. Rome has 3. Russia has 4. Nubia has 3. Aztec has 3. And Esdeath has 4. So Yoshi is going to become irrelevant pretty soon. Oh, look at these German swords popping up.
Yeah, this is going to force a response from Automation. It has to.
Yep.
He needs to make a decision here, because Rom will start to push into him if he sees those Heteroi go to support Yoshi. And I mean, look at Germany's cities. He has commercials up and functioning. He has his economy very stable, and he is just upgrading his swords and probably sending more gold to his team.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I bet you we are going to see a Hansa placement here, a Hansa placement here. That's 2, 4, 6, 7. That's a +7 Hansa there. This one is a 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. That's a +8. This one is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a, yeah. He's got great Hansa placements. And it's turn 31, so I would be expecting to see Hansas dropped in the next 5 turns or so.
Rom is a phenomenal Germany player. I mean, we have a lot of great players in the league, but Rom has spent a lot of time playing Germany. And it's like you said when we first started the cast in the lobby, Germany is his civ. He knows it like the back of his hand.
Look at this. Archetype. He's in a world of hurt right now.
Oh, look at all of those horses and archers from Gorgo.
Yep. Like, If SNF knows to do one thing, that is to spam horses. And he does that well. We've seen that in multiple games. There goes the Russian city.
The Russian city.
Yeah, we now have a Russian city here.
Oh, you made it sound like he was losing a city.
My bad.
Just so many units poured out of Gorgo. This is absolutely insane.
In see Checker over here, he's messing around with Argmaw, and his partner that's right next to him is going to fall if he does not come in and support him. Like, yeah, all these units have +3 movement, but he's still 1, 2, 3, probably 4 turns from reinforcing Aztec horses. As far as amenities go, Aztec has none. So these are just stock horsemen right here. He's gonna get this fur online probably in 2 turns. But
A lot of people are probably seeing the walls come up in the Aztec capital and be like, all right, he can hold. Basic walls, ancient walls from this era, are absolutely horrible.
yep.
The only thing those are really going to stop are archers, maybe warriors, and spearmen. With that many horses, those walls are going to drop incredibly quickly.
Okay, so it looks like we predicted this properly, how he is now splitting up his heteroi for Rom and Liski over here. Is that a pillage? What did I hear? City fall? Preslov, Candy, Carthage, Nunmadal. But we are looking at only 5 horsemen with double, or okay, so 5, 6 horsemen and a few eagles compared to, what do you say, this is 12 to 15 units? Don't feel like counting.
There are roughly 10 horses and 5 archers. This is going to be incredibly difficult to defend against. There are just so many, so the flanking and support bonuses are going to be outrageous across all of those units.
And we now have a Russian general up here. Put this Russian general here and he could get within range of the capital.
Which general did he get?
SunZ.
Oh no. Those horses absolutely brutal with that +5.
And if Harambe has extra money, you buy this tile, that general will affect this entire radius. So once these units heal and he gets rid of these... Oh, he deleted it. Oh, is he going to do a 2-prong attack and hit Nubia now as well? This is a very powerful horseman rush by both teammates here. So you have oh,
Checker's Nubia, his forces are just in the wrong spot for this.
yeah,
He needed to abandon going after Armagh and just send everything west, and he's just taking his time with it. He can't just divide here. He has to push west, because Aztec is as good as dead without his help.
Yeah, these units have just been sitting here. They're not doing anything. They've sat here for a good 3-4 turns. Like, as soon as Aztec saw this front line coming in at him, he should have been moving these units up. Because like I said, these are a good 4 turns away from the fight. In 4 turns, these couple of units will be dead. Yeah, he's got these 4, but these 4 are not going to be able to counter this entire mass. Like, this is one huge front right here. You're looking at 15 horses and like 5 archers.
It's just too much. I mean, even then, like, even if he's using the city state to promote his archers, it doesn't matter how many promotions that archer has when 4 horses barrel into it.
Yep. Yeah, like a battleship could die to galleys if you just let it hit it enough. Same thing's gonna happen with these archers if they get up to level 3, level 4s. Yeah, if he could protect them at level 4 and get double attacks, he just doubled his army basically. But he needs to move these units to the front line. And he's just popping out them right now. So that's a good sign. But not when these Russian horses are going to move in and 2-turn kill this city. This city is dead next turn.
What is going on with the Macedon and German front to the west as well?
Not a whole lot, looks like. They're just fortifying up the line. And it looks like he has pulled back. I don't know why. Maybe he can't push into the fortified jungle tiles. But this war over here looks to me, has cooled off. Nubia finally has swords, but that is not going to be enough. So I think what I would do is steal the builder, attack the city, attack the city, attack the city, attack the city, and that city's gone. He may lose maybe 2 horsemen if he's not fast enough. This one can't get up. You'd have to go to, say, this tile.
I don't think he'll get that many fast moves off.
Not Arambe, no.
It is his cap, so he'd be forced to take it. He can't raise it.
But still, his cap is only at pop 3. And it's not like we've seen him spam out settlers. He's only produced 2.
Esdeath using his archers to take pot shots at the walls in the Aztec capital. He's just going to whittle that down while he uses the horses to kill the remaining horsemen there guarding it.
Yep, which is a very wise move.
I'm actually surprised to see that all these horses that took Preslov away from the Aztec aren't just moving east immediately.
Yeah, because Esdeath, he has the units to take this city out by himself. These 5 units should move this way and take out this capital. Let's see if I can watch both fights on the same screen. Oh, lucky walls. He's now going to lose these. He lost 1. He needs to take these units and move them out this way. And Checker. Very lucky with that walls. So I think it's going to be...
And if Esdeath turned around and made monuments in his cities behind this attack, all the culture he's getting from the skills are going to propel him so far forward in the civic tree.
Monument. Monument. No monument. monument. Yeah, he's got 3 out of 4. I'd imagine he's at pretty decent, probably on par with what Rome is.
Rome is still on 3 cities, so yes. But he's actually going to surpass Rome because of the culture on kill. He's getting roughly 8 culture a kill off of the horsemen alone.
Yep. Let's check, alright. The Knight General is up, and that is going to probably go to Rome. Unless, yeah, Macedon doesn't have an encampment out. Russia, no. Brazil, he lost his. Russia's gonna get that profit in next turn. Let's check out culture. Look at this, we're evenly divided. Let's see. Come on, show up. Why don't you show up every time? Why do I pop up, but these don't? Yeah. Nubia's gonna save his land by just mass spamming out probably 1-turn archers.
As well as slowly being whittled down.
Yep. What I think he needs to do out of Preslov, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns he could have a Batarang if he bought one now. But I don't think he's going to need it actually. He's going to do a couple more hits.
If medieval walls were popped, then absolutely, but I don't think it's even remotely necessary. Not for this era. Even if they don't finish this war quickly, it's 100% worth it for them because they need to make the Aztec player as irrelevant as possible, if not kill them, or they need to get Rome off of Yoshi's face so that Yoshi doesn't become too much more irrelevant than he's already become.
Well, I mean, right now, they're even. Yoshi, he is borderline irrelevant with Rome on his back. Aztecs, they're borderline irrelevant with Esdeath on his back. And right now, Esdeath is in a better position to conquer Aztecs than Rome is conquering Brazil.
Absolutely. They were much more prepared for Yoshi's defense than the OP team was for Aztec. And the archers are just now starting to get to the point where they can shoot, which is so late.
The potatoes, you mean?
Yeah, the potato archers are just so late.
Mm-hmm.
They needed to be here 5 or 6 turns ago, and they could have been.
And these units are still sitting here. Like, he wants that city, but he's just... You needed to abandon this war and come out this way. Yeah, you could probably produce archers in 1 to 2 turns out of these cities. But if you would have had these units coming into the fight earlier on, you could have probably saved this city from getting to this Jakarta. Is he? Oh. Hello, Jakarta. You see, he's just promoting these units right now. Yep. What do you say? 2 turns and that city's gone? I don't think he could take it this turn with just 2 attacks on it. I think he should swap these out. Yeah, bring that one in. Can he swap this one out, move it there, and bring this one in? Attack! Ah, yeah, as I thought. It's gonna fall next turn for sure. Now is the time for Russia to come in to the south. What's going on? Because now Nubia has fully committed to defending Aztec's second city. So if Russia gets these units healed and quickly marches them into the south, Checker's capital is now vulnerable once again.
Definitely a large flood of units coming out of Checker here to support Aztec now, but the question is will they be able to hold the capital or not? I don't think they will if these archers advance, but they may try to bait the archers forward just to kill them off.
Alright, we're going to see the fall of Aztec capital here in this turn. Yeah. Aztec has his army fully built and on the offensive, while all these cities here can still, like, he can now safely sim city without having any pressure on his main land. Like, even if he loses this army, he is still going to be ahead and be able to sim city faster.
Even another settler coming out for him as well definitely feels very comfortable with the situation that he has.
Oh yeah, he's got 2 settlers out. He is on 4 cities, soon to be 6, and soon to be Aztec capital number 7. Alright, well that was a quick shift of these units coming down south. Yep, there goes the capital.
Whole lot of chatter going on between the players.
Yep. Just taunting. Like, this is actually quite turn of events. Because we thought Team 2 had a superior draft. It just came down to, like, spawn locations and gameplay. And right now, my money is on Team 1. The SunZ are probably going to pull this off. Okay, what's going on? What is he?
Uh-oh, pause comes out. Oh no, judging from how chat looks, it might be time to put everyone in a corner for timeout.
Yep. I can't even scroll up to read because the chat keeps coming down to the bottom. God damn it.
Oh, I saw something about an illegal move. They're mad because a CS was blocked from the kill.
Yeah,
That is called strategy. I'm sorry. Nah, they're not abusing it to make the piece like they're not supposed to be. He moved his fucking unit into the slot to block the kill, and they're really mad about it, is what I got from chat. Yeah, they blocked the other team from killing a CS. That's not unsportsmanlike, it's not cheating, it's not illegal. That is perfectly fair. You are denying every advantage possible to the opposing team. It's a good question, Louis. With the city-states, what happened is, let's say I am the suzerain of Jakarta. You and I go to war. The city-state, because I'm in charge of it, declares war on you. You, in turn, open up the diplomacy menu that same turn and make peace with the city-state. It's an unintended function that's not supposed to be present. And doing so is technically abuse of a bug in-game and is illegal in the tournament.
that's not
And
the
in all of our
bug they're
games.
talking about.
No, Louis asked in chat.
Oh. Yeah, but what they're complaining about is they think that, who's at war with Jakarta right now? Yeah, okay, so they think that, Macedon, because right now, Germany was attacking Carthage, and then Macedon comes in and declares war, and now they are complaining because that has made peace with Germany, because they are no longer at war with each other. So now Macedon gets the free kill off the city-state. I can't. This chat box is not big enough for me to read everything fast enough. I really hate how. God damn it.
And tell the fucking team captains to come see you.
Alright.
Okay, I'm here.
Comms are back online.
If there was something Rom was right about, though, he certainly has room to expand beneath him. He is not as crunched as the other team believes him to be.
Yep. Yeah, he could take a couple of these settles over here. 2, 3. He's got 3 settles out. But yeah, these production on these potatoes right here. It looks like we have market. What? What? What's going on?
Oh, no.
Trying to get up here and read this conversation. Oh. Looks like they decided to CC. Yep, that is it, guys. Team OP has decided to CC. So we will get game 3 going.
Damn.
Hopefully within the next half an hour. Alright, well, let me get this. This has now become an AI game and it just keeps progressing by itself.
Oh, they CC'd?
They CC'd. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching the stream. We will return in probably about half an hour to start the game 3 match. Stay tuned and we will announce when the game will be starting. Thank you all.